with only one out, they're still rolling.
Beautiful inning for Montreat so far, but it's also showing why they are a 30-win team and why they've gotten to this point to make this first appearance in this tournament. They're not here to just say that they've played in a tournament. They are here to compete.
Competing they are. This is the third inning. The bats have come alive for Montreat, and just sort of playing past the bat right now.
That ball was low in the dirt, so that means Michaela Reed will advance her way to third. Another runner in scoring position. It is still one out on the board.
Now again, the situation, a runner on third, a ground ball to pretty much anywhere in the infield, maybe except third, shorter pitcher. And Reed's going to try to score. She can also score on a sacrifice fly to the outfield. So Milligan will either concede this run, hopefully for a strikeout, or anything in the infield.
That pitch a bit high. Michaela Reed thought about attempting to slide her way home. Great way to see the situation, advance right back to third.
Well, that's one thing you teach your kids. When they're on third, you want to get an aggressive lead down the line in case the catcher drops it, it gets away from the catcher. If you're down there far enough and you've got the speed, you can get home rather easily.
Staten Kell ropes that right into center field. Reed is going to make her way home. That is another run scored for Montreat. 6-4 is your score.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things now. If you're Milligan, you've given up 5 runs in this inning, but for the first time in a long time, there's no runners on base. So you just have to deal with the batter, and one out gets you out of this inning.
A 5-run inning for Montreat. 6-4 is your score. And another hit. Hernandez ropes that right to left center.
That was just a nice hit, just right over the middle of the plate. Got her arms extended. Hard line drive, solid single for Elena Hernandez.
Montreat's offensive starting to figure it out. Slow start, but with how competitive they are, you knew they weren't going to be out of it long. For Milligan, you just want to get out of this inning and match the intensity that Montreat has brought.
Yeah, Milligan had a 3-run lead. Now they're down 2. The way they hit the ball, they're certainly not out of it.
Abby Wyatt got that to short. Abby Wyatt makes her way to first. This is the second time we've seen where the ball is hit right to Roulette Willer. Roulette Willer gets it to first, but the speed of the runners from Montreat, that's 2 consecutive runners that have made their way to first safely.
Yeah, that's just shows you the speed, and we talked about that yesterday, and we'll talk about it today because speed absolutely kills in this game. Just a sort of a routine ground ball. White legs it out for the infield single. And now with Amaya Hernandez coming to the plate, this is the second time she's hit in this inning. The Montreat has officially batted around.
And last time in this inning, she flew out to right field. That was the first out.
And Hernandez, you mentioned in the pregame her ability to hit the softball. 47 RBIs, 10 home runs.
Within this inning, 6 runs. They came into this inning with 0 hits. They have now corralled 6 of them, out-dueling them.
And they've all been well-hit balls. I mean, you're talking hard-hit singles, infield singles, just sort of passing the bat, moving the lineup around, and cashing in on a few throwing mistakes by Milligan. And that's what good softball teams do. They make you pay. If you miss your spot as a pitcher, they're going to hit the ball, and they're going to hit it hard. And Montreat sort of the definition of that here in the bottom of the third inning.
1-2 count. Cavaliers lead by 2. Just absolutely smoked that last one, but that did go into foul territory. keeps it at a 1-2 count. Bottom third on day 2 of AAC Softball Championships in Kingsport.
Big pitch for Presnell right here. Hernandez seeing the ball really well in this at bat.
Hernandez gets contact on that as well. That goes into foul territory. So with Wyatt on first. Wyatt on first, Hernandez on second. Atlanta Hernandez on second. Montreat looking to continue this inning. That is an inside pitch for a ball.
Good spot.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Welcome to beautiful, sunshiny Kingsport, Tennessee, and inside of Hunter Wright Stadium. Hi, everyone. I'm Gabriel Shry. Alongside me, my good friend and analyst today, Gary Justice, and we've got college baseball for you. Glad you're with us. It's the 2025 Appalachian Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament. These guys have already been duking it out. We've already seen our first game of the day. The Bears took it in thrilling fashion. Gary, this is going to be a great showdown. We've got the Buffaloes, the hometown of Kingsport Buffaloes. They're going to be defending their home turf. And, of course, on the other side, this is going to be a tough matchup. They've got the Rams, who have made the trip from Bluefield. They've been stingy, aggressive all season long, and it makes for a really nice opening day matchup.
Yeah, you have Braxton Baird, the shortstop for Milligan, the leading batting average in the entire Appalachian Athletic Conference at .452, and the Buffaloes hitting at .404 as a team in the month of April.
There's a look into the dugout of the Buffaloes. Taking a look at these starting lineups, we've got Baird, Kalahue, Melton, Lobo, Lutterman, Hanson, Iezzi, Jones, Massengill, and pitching is Guerin for Milligan. For the Bluefield Rams, we've got Vega, Greenawall, Cutler, Seal, Sturgio, Aristi, Guerra, Medlock, Brown, and Nielsen will be pitching. The DH, Aristi, and on the other side, Lutterman, the DH for the Buffaloes. Two of our players to watch as the Rams are checking out the camera right there. Hi, Rams.
These two ball clubs met by April the 4th and April the 5th, and the Buffaloes swept that three-game set. Looking to jump out early. As one of the best hitters in the entire conference, Andres Vega will step in first. The shortstop, 398 on the season, 4 home runs, 28 RBIs, a 462 on-base percentage. Vega, one of the best defensive shortstops in the entire conference as well.
The 1-0 is lasered across. Vega, the righty, stands in for the 2-0. Bang! This one is rifled across, and a little bloop as he's down to the bag at 1. Talk about a great strike of the ball to get us started.
Guerin, the starting pitcher for the Buffaloes, 4th in the entire conference at 77 strikeouts. Tried to throw the heater by Vega, and Vega did a nice job to speed up his swing to catch up with the baseball. Solid base hit, leadoff single for the Rams.
Nice start for the Rams of Bluefield, who are already on the bag at 1. Vega followed in the lineup by Greenewald, the righty. We'll see what he can do. The second baseman, a bunt. This rolls foul.
309 on the season, 14 RBIs, 359 on base percentage as well. We talked about Guerin being next level stuff as far as strikeouts. He also is 5-2 on the season, a 4.33 ERA. Opponents only hitting .266 off the right-hander.
Oh, 1. This is going to be outside, and even our count at 1.
Buffalo's led by Skylar Barnett in his 5th season. They've won 6 of 10. Rams led by Mike White in his 19th season, leading the Rams program.
1-1. Really tight on the body.
Yeah, Guerin does a nice job. He has a lot of get up on the fastball. It's what you call plus stuff, and he relies on that number 1 to get him through ball games.
Guerin, the right-handed delivery. The 2-1 is fouled off.
So what do you do against a guy who it's hard to get base hits off of and strikes a lot of guys out? You got the attack early. You see a fastball early in the count, something you can drive. That's what Vega did, lead off this ball game. And I was talking about Greenewald to stay aggressive at the plate.
Count even at 2. Big cut, and he'll go down swinging.
Yeah, Guerin showing he also has finesse to get the strikeout. Cutler hitting .267 on the season, drove in 12. Defensively for the Buffaloes, Milton in left, Lobo, not easy in the outfield.
And the third baseman, this is delivered over to 1. Gary's got a great bit of insight. And I've used this so many times this baseball season. Gary taught me this. That was probably 3 or 4 months ago now, maybe more. Can you explain it real quick between pitches?
Yeah, sure thing. So when the umpire comes out and he asks for help of the first base umpire, if he does both hands out, he doesn't know. He's asking for help. If it's one hand, he knows he didn't swing.
The 1-1, and he'll send it over to the bag at 1.
And then on this pitch, the home plate umpire with both hands and say, "Hey, not for sure." And the first base umpire said, "Yes, he did."
Back across to 1. Just making sure he's comfortable out there. Here's the delivery, and it's going to go for strike 2.
Sometimes in the first inning, a pitcher just wants to throw the baseball to first base to get the movement down, get that muscle memory down. So if you throw a pickoff later in the game, you've already got that down. You're comfortable with the pickoff move.
Back across to 1 again. The delivery, he choppers at that, and it's going to stay a count of 1-2.
Doing a nice job of making Guerin work on the bump.
Top of the first, 1 away, 1 on board. 1-2. Choppered through the infield. This one ropes its way across and is just in time over on the bag at 1. He'll be sent back to the dugout. Nice play.
Yeah, Massengale did a nice job of attacking the baseball. A slow chopper. It's easy to wait on that baseball, but if he waits, such a bang play. If he waits on that baseball, he's safe at first base. Nice job of Massengale to attack the ground ball. One of the better hitters in the conference, Sean Seal, the catcher, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs, definitely has some pop. He leads this Rams team in home runs this year.
2 away, 1 in scoring position. Vega's on the bag at 2. Big cut for strike 1.
Buffalo's defense, you have Jones at third, Baird at short, Massengale at second, Hanson to first. Kalahua Vehe behind the plate for the Buffaloes.
Delivered low. This skeeters across the turf and evens our count at 1 with 2 away.
Leadoff single by Vega. Let's see if Guerin can work around that leadoff single.
One goes just below the zone. It's ball 2.
Yeah, mechanically for Guerin, just watching him, he does a nice job of getting on top of the baseball and throwing it downhill. The term is called gather and go. He does a nice job of gathering his body all one time and then going to the plate of the upper half and the lower half.
2-1. Held off on that. Looking for help. I like how this guy is relying on his fellow officials. I always love to see officials take their time. Gary, you're sick of this. Some of these baseball fans have never heard us announce, though. I love officials that take their time and they do their due diligence and they make sure they get the right call the first time.
You're exactly, especially postseason play.
Get it right.
So key.
3-1 down foul as it goes left, and he'll stay alive with a full count now.
Head coach Mike White coaching third base for the Buffalo Rams. Had a little two-step to get out of the way of the baseball third base line. See Vega getting his lead from second base, getting one of the best defensive shortstop in the entire conference. You guys are in for a treat today if you haven't seen him play.
With 2 away and 1 on board in scoring position, the payoff pitch. He'll be walked, so we'll have 2 on board for the Rams of Bluefield.
Bring up Sturgio, the first baseman. 321 on the season, drove in 37, a 392 on-base percentage. And I tell you about the first baseman, Gabe, he's handled the baseball 287 times defensively this year. 0 errors. The young man hitting at the plate right now.
That's wild.
Amazing.
That's an incredible statistic. Gary was up till 4 a.m. digging out the stats.
You know, every good baseball fan knows that the game of baseball is about statistics. So here, Karen started off. Vega had the single early in the account, and then he struck out Green a walk, and got Cutler to bounce out 4-3, and then Seal walked. So Garen had it going early, but then struggled to find the zone. We talked about before, Gabe, on several broadcasts, the sport of baseball is about capitalizing and minimizing. The Rams are Bluefield's trying to capitalize on a scoring opportunity in the top half of the first. Garen trying to minimize it or even prevent it. We had a good one in the first game of the AAC baseball tournament this morning as well.
What a great start. We're lucky. We're really lucky already. Having a lot of fun with this. If many of you don't know Gary or aren't familiar with Mr. Justice, this one choppered off foul. Gary was an official for 2 decades, right? You did baseball, volleyball, basketball.
Yeah, I put on the stripes and put on the umpire equipment quite a few times, and I love sports. I love competition.
He would never admit this. It took me 2 years of knowing you to find out that you had played for the Paints. He's played professional baseball, and he's in the U Pike Baseball Hall of Fame. What a diving grab. We've got the bases not going to be loaded. The ball is snagged. He tags the bag at 1, and that will retire the side.
Wait a second. They're going to a conversation here. Coach
I don't blame him. Again, I like seeing them get the call right. So the officials are coming together. on the infield, as we've got a paper in the way.
So Massengale makes a heck of a play at second base. The conversation is Hanson stay on the bag. I'm thinking where it happened, that's going to be a hard time for the home plate umpire to be able to see this, unless he was for sure about it. And he's going to explain it to Mike White. And he said, so now the run is going to score, and he said Hanson did pull off the bag.
Wow.
So now Coach Skylar Barnett wants a conversation with the umpires.
They're going the other way to the other coach in front of the dugout, and the conversation's through.
But the play by Massengale to even get into baseball. So here's the situation. They're going to allow everybody to advance. They're going to allow Vega to score. So now the question is, should Vega scored? He was on second base when the ball was hit. Coach Barnett was wondering why Vega is being awarded 2 bases. The home plate umpire, I believe, just explained to Coach Barnett he was already past third base. That's the reason they're going to allow him 1 base. Because essentially the baseball, after the call, the baseball's dead. And whatever the last base that you touch, you get 1 more base after that. So Vega had already touched third, so now they're going to talk about that 1 more time. So now in college baseball, they do not allow the coaches to enter the field of play. And sometimes you'll see in the big leagues and the umpires and the coaches getting arguments in the field of play. In college baseball, you cannot enter the field of play. You have to have the umpire come to you. And I must say, the umpire and the crew has done a nice job of explaining it to both coaches. They've also listened to the complaints from both coaches as well, Gabe. I mean, getting together, as you talked about, let's get the right call.
I agree. You got to get the right call. On the other side of town, it's 8-4. Cavaliers leading the Buffaloes in the softball tournament. You can watch that on all of the Southeast Sports Network channels as well. They're in the bottom of the 4th.
You talk about 4 good games yesterday. This is game 1 today, but they had 4 dandies yesterday over at Brickyard Park. The Buffaloes 30 wins, 20 losses on the season. The Rams 19 wins, 24 losses. Now for the Rams to be successful this year in their 19 wins, they have a .309 batting average and their ERA is .287. And they're going to say that he did pull off the bag, so we have runners at first and second, 2 outs, and the Rams get on the scoreboard first, Gabe, 1-0.
So the run will change the tone of this one for the Rams and the Buffaloes, who are trying to defend their hometown of Kingsport, Tennessee. Bluefield out ahead, 1-0.
Steve Moises Aristio step in the box, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs on the season. Still trying to capitalize on scoring opportunities in the top half of the first.
Delivered with authority.
That one had a little giddy up on it.
A little giddy up is right.
I've been really impressed with the Rams hitters are working Guerin as far as the number of pitches. Or after 24 pitches here in the first.
He's going to be tired out quickly.
I mean, especially, the heat of the day, around 80 degrees.
2 away, 1-1. Still a runner in scoring position out of 2.
Got the little rosin bag behind the pitcher's mound.
Two down. Now the 2-1. And that's strike 2, excuse me. He's going to even the count at 2, and that just painted the very bottom of the corner.
Yeah, he definitely he found the black on that one. He was very intentional where he wanted to throw that baseball.
The DH standing in strong, 2-2. Big swing, and he'll go down and back to the dugout as we've retired the top of the first inning where it's 1-0. Bluefield Rams leading the Buffaloes of Milligan.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
One nothing in Kingsport. Bang! Welcome back, baby. That's a rope to left field for the hometown Buffaloes of Milligan.
Braxton Baird, the leading hitter in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, 452 entering the contest, made short work of getting on the backs for leadoff single for the Buffaloes. Now bring up Cade Kalahua Vehe, 366 for the catcher, 6 home runs, 35 RBIs, 485 on-base percentage for the catcher. Brown in left, Midlock in center, and Guara is in right. First pitch misses outside. Colors at third, Vegas at short, Greenawalt's at second base, Sturgio is at first base, and Sean Seal is behind the plate. Pitch caught the corner. Josh Nielsen on the bump. 5.21 ERA, a 14th appearance, 10th start, 1-2, 48 in the third innings. 32 punch outs, opponent hitting 288 off the right-hander. Baird is 13 of 15. Stolen bases on the season. Buffalo's hitting an impressive 404 as a team in the month of April as that one caught the strike zone, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check on Baird, see if anything is happening. One, two. Check on Baird once again. Nothing happening. Nielsen Up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He'll get past Seal. And Baird will round second, a wide turn, but he'll stay there. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Buffaloes catcher. Gary Justice, Gabriel Schra, Southeast Sports Network, bringing you college baseball, Appalachian Athletic Conference postseason tournament style. The Buffaloes have won 6 of 10, including 3 straight. Two. Swung on, hit toward center field. The ball will drop. Medlock will play it off the bounce. Baird will round third. He'll try to score, and he will. And we're tied at 1. Back-to-back singles for the Buffaloes. Bringing Brody Milton, the left fielder. 281 on the season, 4 home runs, 24 RBIs. We'll have a runner at first base for Kalahua Vehe. I'll get that number here shortly. Be Milton, then Angel Lobo. He's had a good season. Off-speed pitch misses zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Buffalo's only grounded into 6 double plays all season long. Swung on, popped up. Give and chase. Sturgio's unable to make the grab. Nice attempt. Get Brown in left, Medlock in center, Guara in right. Cutler's at third, Vegas is short, Greenawalt's at second, Sturgio. First base, Sean Seal behind the plate. Josh Nielsen on the bump. Vega led off the game for the Rams. He singled, later scored. Braxton Baird led off the inning for the Buffaloes. He scored. Good lead at first base. Swung on, popped up. Guara will call for it. That'll be the second baseman, Greenawalt. He'll squeeze it for the first out of the inning. I'll bring on Angel Lobo. 320 on the season, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs, 415 on base percentage. Angel Lobo. Runners on the move. The throw will be in time. That'll be a 2-4 putout. That will retire the runner for Kalahua Vehe. Be the second out of the inning. One-0. Swung on, hit the left field. That'll be the third hit of the inning for the Buffaloes as they continue swinging the hot stick. Again, 4-0-4 as a team in the month of April. They got 3 hits in the bottom half of the first. Landon Letterman will now hit. He's the DH, 269 on the season. They got a home run, 13 RBIs. Lobo leads the team with 19 stolen bases, only been caught 3 times. Swung on. The bat is broke. And Medlock is able to make a sliding grab. That's the first time I've seen a bat break. An aluminum bat, that is. And now retired the Buffaloes in their half of the first. As we go to the top half of the second, it'll be 7, 8, 9 due up for the Rams. Guara, Medlock, and Brown. College baseball in the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back. You're looking live inside of Hunter Wright Stadium. Cannon Guerin would toe the rubber for the second time today. Kept 2 hits and a run in that first inning. Got a punch out, 2 punch outs and a walk through 27 pitches, 15 strikes for the right-hander. Nick Guar will lead things off. 250 on the season, 16 RBIs, a 307 on base percentage. First pitch, miss outside. Guerra, Medlock, and Brown. Swung on, missed. Cannon Guerin did a nice job in that first inning of throwing the baseball by those guys. Breaking ball low and out. Threw a lot of pitches, though, 27. A run and a hit for the Rams, a run, 3 hits for the Buffaloes through 1. Swung on, fouled off. Two. High and outside. Take a look inside of the Rams dugout. Swung on, hit to the third baseman. Jones across the diamond to Hanson in time to require a 5-3 and bring up Bryce Medlock.
The center fielder, Bryce Medlock.
Medlock hitting 243 on the season, a home run, 16 RBIs.
Medlock gets a hold of this immediately and not down in time. Beautiful play from right field. The Buffaloes man roves across and flashes the glove. It's Iezzi who gets it to go with his left hand.
Yeah, he's one of the better right fielders in the entire conference. The Buffaloes, they do a good job of swinging the sticks, but they also can flash the leather. Not easy, did a nice job there.
Got a piece of this, fouls off into the backstop.
Yeah, Guerin's come out really filling up the zone here in inning number 2. Nice play by Jones, get the 5-3 put out, and then Iezzi made the play out in right field. Both teams attacking early in the count.
Count even at 1. Big cut, strike 2.
Guerin has what's called swing and miss stuff.
Got a hold of it and stays alive. The catcher ropes it over to 1 to retire the side. So we are headed to the next side. It is going to remain 1-1 in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Welcome back to Hunter Wright Stadium as Josh Nielsen will toe the rubber for the second time today. Nilsson allowed 3 hits in that first inning. A run he was earned. 2 flyouts. 12 total pitches, 8 strikes.
Nice crowd. Definitely not too late to get out here and be with us.
No, it could be good action here all week long at Hunter Wright Stadium.
I don't know if this fan likes that he's just figured out he's on camera. Hi, Dad. He's going to be getting some text from someone.
Nick Iese made that nice play in the top half of the inning and lead things off here for the Buffaloes.
Bottom of the second, this one is floated. Right field, gets under it and controls this to send him back to the dugout. 1 away. Nice play by Guerra.
Check that. That was Tank Hansen who just flew out to right field. This is not easy to be hit now. Nice play by the right fielder. Now the sun being in the high sky right now, sometimes that baseball can get lost. Nice job of the right fielder.
Chopper to the right side, controlled, sent to 1, 2 away.
Yeah, Greenewalt did a nice job of breaking down the baseball. Sometimes you see infielders get kind of lazy when the ball's hit right at them. They stand straight up. Not Greenewalt got down in a nice fielding position, fielded the baseball, nice strong throw to the first baseman, Sturgio.
That's a great play. It wasn't a bad strike of the ball by IZ either, just couldn't quite fit it through. Next at bat is going to be Jones, the third baseman.
Yeah, Jones, I've seen him play quite a few times in Pikeville. He's a heck of a player.
I've heard a lot of stories about Pikeville. The most impactful I've ever heard was from Rick Bentley, who's the sports information director there. Is he the assistant director of sports information? Is that his title?
He's the director of athletic communications.
That's right. And Mr. Rick Bentley told me the story of the 77 flood, which I just found incredible.
It is definitely an amazing story, and nobody tells it better than Rick Bentley.
We can't tell the story here. You have to go to dinner at Waffle House with us after we tweeted NAI ball all day about Waffle House and tweet at Waffle House. Last time we did a tournament in Kingsport, Waffle House retweeted me. It was one of the highlights of my adult life. And we'll be going there tonight at about 12:30 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesday morning. Got a hold of this. Trending backwards and controlled in center field. Good job by Medlock getting under that and sending him back to the dugout. So that'll retire the side. It remains a deadlock in Kingsport. 1-1.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
We're back in Kingsport, Tennessee, and we're taking a look across town in the top of the sixth where it's 9-5. Cavaliers and Buffaloes battling it out in AAC softball action. Glad you're with us. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice alongside me, and we are getting back underway in this exciting matchup. It's the Rams of Bluefield and the hometown Buffaloes of Milligan duking it out on the Southeast Sports Network. Got a hold of that. driven to center field, and he's getting under it to collect it and send him back to the dugout. One away as Iezzi makes the play. Number 17 roves his way into the ball and sends him back.
The second baseman, John Greenawalt.
So he'll be followed by John Greenawalt, who's 0 for 1 today. Vega now 1 for 2 after flying out to right field. That's a look at Greenawalt as he fouls off into the backstop. Got a hold of that. Goes into the backstop as well. We're into the top of the third inning where it's 1-1 between the Buffaloes and the Rams. A dinger roped across center field, controlled and sent to one in time. 2 away already for the Buffaloes of Milligan.
Third baseman, Dylan Cutler.
Dylan Cutler next in the batting order. Number 9, the righty, is 0 for 1 in today's game. Bang! This one rolled through the infield, and that will send us to the bottom of the third inning. 1 run apiece between the Buffaloes of Milligan and the Rams of Bluefield. Don't go anywhere. In Kingsport, it's 1-1 between the Rams and the Buffaloes. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice, glad you're with us. It's AAC baseball tournament action. Day 1 of the tournament, we've already had a couple of barn burners to start, and this one shaping up to be fantastic as well. On the other side of town, we've got softball action on the Southeast Sports Network. If you're looking for that, you can find that on all of our platforms as well, and the AAC Digital Network. And there's a look, 9-5 in the bottom of the 6th between the Cavaliers and the Buffaloes. Ready to get back underway. There's Coach's hands. Hi, Coach. I don't think they care too much about the broadcast. I don't think they care about the viewer. I care about you, so thanks for being with us. 1-1 in the bottom of the third. Two-0. Stands by for that, and that's ball 3. Massengill, the right-handed second baseman. Sumpher, strike 1. Count 3-1. Nielsen dealing for the Bluefield Rams. And strike 2 will fill our count.
Come on, bud.
Now looking for a payoff pitch. Nielsen delivers. Dinger fouled off. He stays alive. With a full count, Nielsen And that one strikes Massengill rolling into the backstop, so he'll take his rightful place on the bag over at 1. 1 on board now for the Buffaloes of Milligan.
Braxton Baird.
That takes us back to the top of the batting order. The shortstop, the lefty who's 1 for 1 today, Braxton Baird. He's got help on board. Nobody away yet on the bottom side of this third for the Rams of Bluefield. That is an excellent cry from the dugout. Baird, 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 Baird. Referencing a viral clip that I find quite entertaining myself. The delivery, a banger, fouled off. That goes for strike 1 and evens our count at 1. One tries for the bunt. This rolls off into the backstop. One-two delivery. Roped right into center field. The bloop is down. 1 runner in scoring position. 2 on board for the Buffaloes of Milligan with a great strike of the ball. Milligan cooking with gas early in Kingsport, Tennessee. Deadlocked, 1 run apiece between these two sides. We're in the bottom of the third with nobody retired and 2 on board for Milligan University. Bluefield Rams now on the defensive, trying to minimize any offensive production. The dinger controlled in the air, so the runners stay put as he can't find his way onto the base path. What a play. Coming down the line and grabbed that right out of the air. That's impressive stuff out of Sturgio.
Brody Melton.
Melton, the left fielder, is 0 for 1. We'll see what the righty can do in this appearance at the plate. With 1 away, Nielsen the 1-0. Melton stands by. Checking in on his buddy out at 2. He's able to get back safely. That one just paints the corner of the zone and evens our count at 2. We've got some freshman scratches right up by our crowd mic. Chopper to the left. This one rolls into left field. Here come the Buffaloes. Easily across home plate. He scores it. 2-1, and both runners advance as the ball skeeters into the backstop. So 2 in scoring position. It's 2-1. Chopper across the infield. This goes foul. Strike 1, 1 away. The Buffaloes have 2 in prime scoring position.
The batter's the center fielder, Angel Lopo.
Lobo's 1 for 1. The 1-1. Big cut, strike 2. One-two. Chopper through the infield. The play at the plate. He slides in. He made it. 3-1. The Buffaloes extend their lead. The Buffaloes are feeling it.
Hitter Landon Letterman.
Runners on the corners for Milligan. Letterman, the lefty, 0 for 1 in this game. Popped up. Look out. Comes off the roof of the press box. It's a 2-run game, 3-1. Chopper to the right. This one rolls through the infield and won't make it in time. So that'll retire the side after a productive inning for the Buffaloes of Milligan in Kingsport, Tennessee. So they reverse the out, and we play on in a 2-run game. It is still the bottom of the 3rd. That's not the first time that's happened today. The delivery, this one clatters its way into center field. It's gone. Here comes the Milligan Buffalo as he'll easily make his way home. Milligan University extends their lead even further in Kingsport, Tennessee. And you can hear the dugout celebrating emphatically.
The right fielder, Nick Iese.
Hey, that guy did the same thing to me. Play it against him. Rob me ahead.
And so they'll say that retired the side and sends us to the 4th inning. And this time it looks like we really will go to the 4th in Kingsport. The Buffaloes building a nice lead.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
In Kingsport, Tennessee, we're at Hunter Wright Stadium. They've wrapped up on the other side of town in our softball matchup, so I'll get you an update on the score momentarily as we play on here where it's now 5-1, a 4-run advantage of the Buffaloes. That's zipped across for strike one. We're in the top of the fourth. Four runs scored in the bottom of the third. Bang, a shot. Controlled and delivered well over to the bag at one to send him back to the dugout.
The first baseman, Nick Sturgio.
That one's well delivered, strike one. Count now even at one. Got a hold of that. A moonshot deep left field back towards the wall. Goodbye. Phone Elon Musk. He's going to want to send that to space as well. Oh, baby, that's out of here.
Sturgio got a fastball low and inside, Gabe, and he got the barrel of the bat on the baseball, kept his hands inside, turned on it. Showed his power. Been in the weight room a little bit.
Bang! Crack! Goodbye!
Surprisingly, that is his first home run of the season. After that moonshot, I'd be surprised that's number one of the year.
Well, there's no time to have it like the present, and why not in their first game of the 2025 AAC tournament? And that has an encore. This one is lost at three, controlled but not in time, able to keep his foot on the bag, but safe over at one with only one away. The Rams looking good in this side of the inning.
Yeah, the sport of baseball, as most sports, is a sport of momentum. And right now the Rams are playing with all the momentum with the solo blast from Nick Sturgio. Moises Aristi with the infield single. Bring up Nico Guerrera, who bounced out 5-3 his first time.
That one is a shot, controlled at two, over to one. Bang, bang, double play to retire the side. A really good look for the Buffaloes of Milligan and Kingsport, as this one separated by just 3 runs on SESN.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
dinger to lead off the bottom side. Oh, he loses it. So he'll stay alive and with one strike on the board, return to the plate. Oh, 1 after nearly flew out. That went foul and able to stay alive with a little bit of good luck, Gary.
Yeah, Gavin Jones gets another crack at with the bat. Call it a second life.
Strike 2 right away.
Yeah, Jones, a good fielding third baseman for the Buffaloes. Buffalo scored 1 in the first, 4 in the third.
On the other side of town, Columbia Koalas, Truett McConnell Bears, as that goes for ball 1. They haven't started yet. We'll have coverage of that as well.
Yeah, definitely some entertaining games. If you like the sport of softball, available on the Southeast Sports Network as well. We talked about Milligan coming in this ball game winners of 6 of 10, 3 straight, 404 team batting average in the month of April. Already 5 runs, 6 hits, and we're only in the 4th inning.
Got a hold of that. Back deep, controlled in center field. Wonderful play by the Rams as he's able to get into that Medlock, making that one go.
Yeah, it makes twice a day that Gavin Jones has flew out to Medlock in center field. Maybe you may want to try somewhere else. I believe Medlock may have him squared up a little bit. But Jones hit that baseball a long way, but it's 410 to dead to center field here in Hunter Wright Stadium with the batter's eye of the wall. It's a big one. He cranked that one about 390, however, as a fly ball to Bryce Medlock.
Hot delivery with 1 away.
Massengale, the second baseman, he made a heck of a play in the top half in the first inning. Smooth fielding second baseman.
Come on, bud.
Nilsson doing a nice job of pounding the zone
Come on, Trey. Come on.
for the Rams.
Get it. Come on.
So the count evened up at 2.
Come on, Trey.
Nice job of Massengale to work the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the top part of the lineup, Braxton Baird, who's 2 for 2, waiting on deck.
The payoff pitch delivered well, and that sends him back to the dugout. He goes down 2 away.
Yeah, nice job of setting up the breaker. Go fastball, speed the bat up a little bit, then you throw the breaking ball, something in soft speed. The swing and a miss, bring up Braxton Baird. Again, coming game 452, and all these things he's done today in his 2 at-bats, got two base hits. That average continues to rise for the AAC leader in batting average.
Really tight on the body. Ball 1.
Baird's one of the better hitters in the AAC, and I'd put him up against anybody in the country.
Roped across the infield. Oh, he miscollected it. Some awkwardness, but he's on the bag at 1.
Yeah, it's one of those things you'll see a lot of infielders, Gabe, who like to do that backhand, and Greenawalt thought he needed to backhand that baseball with Baird running down the first base line. However, the baseball took the hop. He was unable to field the baseball.
Who is this, the catcher?
I tell you what, I think with both the dugout cams, yeah, that's Cade Kalahua-Vehe right there, baby.
Hi,
Yes.
Cade.
Oh, no, this is Cade batting out. That must be the backup catcher. Yeah. That's both dugouts have found the camera, and they're having a good time with it, that's for sure.
I think they're having more fun than we are, which
Oh,
is
man.
pretty hard to do. 2 away, 1 on board, 1-0. Fouled off.
Kalahua-Vehe is one of the better hitters also. This Milligan offense is impressive. Cade got a single and RBI today. You know, Milligan got on a run last year in this AAC tournament. Had some big games with Tennessee Wesleyan and Reinhardt, and ended up making it all the way to the opening round, the regional round. It was 1 game away from having 3 teams in the World Series from the AAC last year.
1-1, huge cut for strike two. 2 away, 1 on board on the bag over at 1.
Yeah, Nilsson, again, he gets downhill really good with his fastball, but he shows he has the what's called the Uncle Charlie curve. Nice, slow breaking ball.
It's the what?
The Uncle Charlie.
What's the Uncle Charlie?
So it's like if you have an Uncle Charlie who's throwing curveballs, he just is just flipping it up there. Just like that thing just breaks in. They call it the old Uncle Charlie.
The old Uncle Charlie. I like that. The old Uncle Charlie. Count even at 2.
You know, you kind of imagine like your Uncle Charlie. Back in my day, you know, I could throw that curveball, and he just flipping it over, and it just is breaking, and it's just, you know, it's just, and he pulls out the baseball, and he's showing you how he grips and everything, and it's just like, it's really neat.
Count even at 2. Flying, short right, and controlled to retire the side. Tally remains 5-2. Milligan and the Buffaloes in command.
Stay connected with the Appalachian Athletic Conference and the Southeast Sports Network all season long. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X for the latest scores, highlights, and exclusive content. Don't miss a moment. Visit their websites and get connected today.
Stay connected with Visit Kingsport and the Southeast Sports Network all season long. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X for the latest updates, highlights, and exclusive content. Don't miss a moment. Visit their websites and get connected today.
Leading off the Rams, the center fielder, Bryce Medlock.
In Kingsport, 5-2, a 3-run advantage for the Buffaloes of Milligan.
You know, the Rams, they swung the bat there pretty well in the fourth. They was attacking first pitch a lot.
Huge cut, strike 1 immediately.
Yeah, Guerin, that first time through the lineup, he was attacking a lot with fastballs. The second time through, he's been showing more breakers. First pitch.
Another big cut and another strike. He's behind in the count 0-2.
Watch how quickly Guerin gets on the mound, throws the pitch, gets right back on the rubber, ready to throw the baseball. He's getting in a rhythm right now.
0-2, swung on it. It's alive. He's making his way down the base path and can't get to 1 in time. He is cut down well and will make his way back to the dugout with 1 away for the Milligan Buffaloes.
That's his third punch out, and Guerin showed his entire repertoire there. He's got a slider, which is kind of a moving fastball, a much shorter break, but it's really, really quick. He's also got the big breaking ball. He's also got that. He's got the fastball, man. He can make you keep you guessing. This is Aiden Brown, the left fielder. He bounced out 2-3 his first time.
3-run game, 1-0. Chopper through the infield, controlled to 1 in time. Look out for the Milligan Buffaloes. My goodness, they are tight in the infield.
You know, Baird is such a tall shortstop as well. He's able to cover a lot of ground. Nice, strong arm. He plays with a nice pace and composure. Gathered himself, making a nice, strong throw across the diamond to Hanson. Quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom top of the 5th for the Rams.
Classic little 6-3 across the infield. Cut him down with power. First pitch he'll see in this at-bat is going to go for a strike real quickly. Never mind, we'll call that a ball.
So this will be the third time through the lineup here with Vega leading off. This is his third time facing Guerin.
1-0.
And this is where the difference between a reliever and a starter is. If the starters has to have an ability to go through the lineup 3 times. You got to have 3 different pitches you can get guys out with. So typically you see, especially in the big leagues, a lot of the closers, they usually have a fastball and a slider. They have 2 pitches. That's the reason why they're a reliever, because they only have the 2 pitches. Well, Garen's got the 3 pitches, even got 4 where you can get guys out.
Two away, 1-2. Chopper, he'll stay alive at the plate. We have a lot of housekeeping to do today, but I want to give a shout out to a few people just to get started who are tuned in. I never do family or friends just because I think it's unprofessional, but my dad is recovering from emergency surgery last week. So, Dad, thanks for hanging out with us all day long. He is kicked back, snacking, drinking a Coca-Cola, and watching the Southeast Sports Network. He's in mid-Michigan. So, Dad, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. And we've got great people tuned in from all around the country. Our friend Taylor Novinger tuned in from South Carolina. Thank you. He's the voice of the CIU Rams. And so many more, and we'll get through them in a little bit. This one is choppered to the left. Controlled, play at 1. Goodbye. That'll retire the side. 5-2, the lead in the hands of the Buffaloes of Milligan on the Southeast Sports Network. Back in Kingsport, 5-2.
A little hard of the order for the Buffaloes, 3, 4, 5 in the bottom of the 5th, an opportunity to put the strength of the order up and maybe put a couple more runs on the scoreboard. Nelson up to 54 pitches. Check that, 64 pitches, 41 strikes coming here, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Struck out 1, hasn't walked anybody for the right-hander. Wow.
Bang! Controlled.
Yeah, Cutler, you talk about the hot corner. People say, why is it called the hot corner for? Well, that there's a prime example why it's the hot corner. Baseball off the bat, hands through the baseball, barrel of the bat, Cutler snagged it out of the air.
Milligan's coaching staff hates that camera. I'm not standing right in front of that camera the whole time.
They're blocking the look, right?
They did not like that camera.
Lobo 1 for 2 in the afternoon. He's got a hit on RBI. This is the 3rd time to the line here for the Buffaloes again. So see what Nilsson's able to do with the Buffaloes hitters.
Got a hold of that. Controlled, sent to one, and easily in time.
Yeah, Greenwald had that error back in the fourth, but then he made the last out in the fourth inning of handling the baseball. Nice job defensively on that ground ball. Stayed in front of it. Field through the baseball, then throw him out. Letterman's 0 for 2. He's got an RBI.
Controlled and sent to one. That retires the side. Still a 3-run game. Milligan Buffs out in front.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, and inside of Hunter Wright Stadium. 5-2 as we enter this top of the sixth inning between the Milligan Buffaloes and the Rams of Bluefield. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice, glad you're with us.
Yeah, Garen's towing the rubber for the sixth time today. Done a nice job here through 5. 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned a walk, 3 strikeouts, 63 pitches, 42 strikes. You get in a tournament setting, you really need your starters to go deep in the ball game. And Garen's done a good job. Nilsson's done a nice job as well for the Rams. You know, both ball games today so far, Gabe, pitching on all 4 teams have been stellar so far. Throwing a lot of strikes, get working in deep in the ball game, and going to set for a nice tournament inside of Hunter Wright Stadium. Garen will field the position and retire himself 1-3 at first base. I'll bring up Dylan Cutler, the third baseman.
The third baseman, Dylan Cutler.
Cutler made that nice play in the bottom half of the inning on the hot shot. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. We're followed by Sean Seal. So he's the 3-hitter. The third baseman, and Sean Seal, the catcher, will hit after him. Garen got a lot of run in the top half of the first and allowed 1 in the fourth. It's been 0 since then for Bluefield. You know, Garen has a perfect name as a pitcher. Canyon. Long gone. So, Gary, do you think his name is Canyon? No, I think Canyon. So what happens is you start thinking about just a big gap. A canyon. Going through a big canyon means a lot of zeros on the scoreboard. Got him looking there. Nice fastball on the outside corner. That's his 4th punch out of the afternoon. Bring up Sean Seal. He's reached via walk today.
The catcher, Sean Seal.
And Gabe, I know we were talking about recognizing a few folks, but How about Visit Kingsport? I mean, they're definitely a big-time host for they do such a good job with these tournaments, Gabe, and the hospitality they show, and they do such a good job here around town.
Nobody does a better job than Visit Kingsport. Extremely grateful for everything they do. This one is roped to center field and controlled by the Buffaloes to retire the side. And, you know, I think nothing says it better than a promo for Visit Kingsport. We can't keep up with that. So
Perfect programming.
with that, 5-2.
Kingsport is more than just a stop, it's a destination. From family fun at Bays Mountain Park to championship golf, arts, and local events, there's something here for everyone. Ready to experience Southern hospitality at its finest? Plan your visit today and see why Kingsport is the perfect place to relax, explore, and make unforgettable memories. Visit kingsport.com. Your adventure starts here.
This one delivered for a quick ball. Glad you're back with us. 3-run game.
6, 7, 8 up do for the Buffaloes, Hanson, Iese, and Jones. Got Josh Nielsen towing the rubber for the 6th time today. Through 5, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. No walks, struck out 1. 7 flyouts, 6 ground outs. 71 pitches, 45 strikes for the right-hander.
Gary, no sooner did I say the weather was nice and mild than it started to feel hot in here. Controlled, and again, this one will be the 6-3 sent well across and cutting him down over at 1.
I tell you, on Vega is one of the best in the business when it comes to playing the shortstop position. Gets rid of the baseball so quickly, gets the baseball. If you're a big-time baseball fan, he used to be a shortstop for the Cleveland Indians, the Omar Vizquel.
Right down the middle.
He's made a couple of nice plays in right field today for the Buffaloes, and only 1 error has been made in this game. Only had 1 error in the first game as well. Easy than Gavin Jones. 1-1. Just tried the outside corner, just missed. Buffalo scored 1 in the first and 4 in the third. It's been zeros for them since.
2-1. Ouch. Oh, goodness. Hopefully he's all right. My goodness.
I believe that one caught him right square in the muscle, because that baseball hit the muscle and it just dropped directly to the ground. I think he's going to be okay. Of course, it's easy for me to say he's going to be okay. That's the old-fashioned Charlie horse right there.
Yikes.
That's when your teammates from the dugout's yelling at you, don't rub it, because everybody, his teammates, it's easy because they're not the one dealing with the Charlie horse right now. He's going to walk it off, and Yeah, good old-fashioned Charlie horse. She's going to try to rub that thing as much as possible. I would say you can rub some dirt on it, okay, but this is an all-turf facility here at Hunter Wright Stadium.
Yeah.
There's no dirt to rub on it.
Little Shaw Sports Turf.
Such a great facility to host this tournament. Had the opportunity to meet the general manager of the Axemen yesterday, Caleb. Does a good job here for it in Kingsport.
Huge cut. That'll go for strike one.
Now, Gavin Jones has batted twice today, and he's flown out to Medlock and center field. Let's see if he may try somebody else defensively for the Rams. Both these pitchers are doing a good job of working quickly. It allows your defense to stay on your toes.
Sent in with force for strike two.
Yeah, Nielsen has a little different arm slot as far as delivery is concerned. He always works out the stretch even with the runners not on base. He has a runner on first now, of course. A little three-quarter action. But when you throw the baseball three-quarters, it actually allows you to get on the side of the baseball, get a little bit bigger of a sweep here so he can.
Let me see it.
Yeah, so what happens is the three-quarter arm slot, you get on this side, you're able to come across the baseball more, and it gives more of a sweeping action on the pitch. If you'll notice, a lot of all Nielsen all these pitches are moving a lot. Makes them really hard to hit.
You like that? Well, let me see it.
Yeah,
Come
let me see
Let's
it.
Get on camera. You can show me.
Hey, let me back up a little bit here. I'll throw the baseball to us.
2-2. Got a hold of it left field, tracking that in the sun, and it is gone as well as him. So that means two away as the Rams send him back to the dugout.
Well, Gavin Jones didn't listen to us, Gabe. He tried Medlock a third time in center field, but I think Bryce Medlock won that battle for the third straight time.
I think Bryce Medlock has got that Medlocked down.
Bring up the Buffalo second baseman, Trey Massengale.
This one goes left and foul.
Massengale scored a run on the afternoon. He's also struck out. Nilsson would like to retire Massengale here and face Braxton Baird with nobody on base. He waits on deck. Baird does such a good job beginning prepared in the on-deck circle. So when you have a hitter in the on-deck circle, what you're looking for is arm slot, release point, see if you can find any type of tips where you know what pitch may be coming before they even throw the baseball. And with the way you know is it's going to be something straight or something breaking.
1-2. What a great strike of the ball. Just arcs its way into right field, and now two on board for the Milligan Buffaloes with a runner in scoring position out at two.
That's hitting with intentionality, Gabe. With two strikes, did a nice job of staying back on the baseball and driving that thing to right field. And it's so hard to do. So many hitters want to try to pull everything because that's the power side. They want to try to hit the power. Massengale did a nice job of staying back, going with the pitch, driving it past the first baseman, the second baseman. Now, runners at first and second, two out, and the league's leading hitter, Braxton Baird, hitting with a runner in scoring position.
Iezzi is on the bag at two, the right fielder who was hit with an errant pitch. Baird will be hitting. That's a look just over the shoulder of our Buffaloes coach at the top of the mound. So following the meeting, he'll stay put. Nielsen, the one dealing.
Yeah, still starting to have a little bit of movement in the Bluefield bullpen, as this will be the fourth time through the lineup for the Buffaloes of facing the right-hander. It's always tough for a pitcher to go through a lineup four times. It'll be interesting what happens here, especially facing number 11. Try to get on his hands and missed inside. One ball, no strikes, and Nielsen trying to avoid a barrel right now. Try to get on the hands or get on the end of the bat for Baird.
This one is controlled and sent to one quickly and with authority to retire our side. It remains a 3-run game in Kingsport, Tennessee, between the Buffaloes and the Rams.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, 1-1 the count, and the man who smashed a homer moments ago back at the plate at the other side of town. Bottom of the first, still scoreless between the Koalas and the Bears. We've got that as well on the Southeast Sports Network. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Gary Justice here with me. That's low and Skeeters through the turf.
Garen towing the rubber for the 7th time today for the Buffaloes, doing a nice job. Giving that length of a start you need in a conference tournament.
Controlled. Sent across the infield to one, and he's gone.
Gavin Jones did a nice job of going to his right, keeping his belly button in front of the baseball. That's the key when you're an infielder. If you keep your belly button in front of the baseball, you can field it, gather, throw a nice strong throw across the diamond. Get Sturgio to bring up the DH Moises Aristi. An infield single back in the third.
Fouled off.
Garen's allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, struck out 4, walked 1, 3 flyouts, 11 ground outs, 79 pitches, 53 strikes.
53's a couple.
He definitely pounding the zone. And you can tell by the 11 ground outs he's gotten so far. Did a nice job of working in the lower part of the zone, too. He's keeping the baseball up. And he only made the one mistake to Sturgio, who hit the home run over the left field wall.
0-1, Skeeters through the turf.
And being in the 7th inning, only at 80 pitches, that's a recipe for success for his ball club.
The DH. Left side, controlled by the shortstop, 6-3, goodbye.
Yeah, Baird's length gives him such an advantage at shortstop. He's able to cover a little bit more ground because of his height. Also does a nice job of corralling the baseball and moving towards first base on the throw, using his entire body to throw the baseball. Guerra, the right fielder, will hit now.
Popped up in the infield, controlled, and that retires the side. 3 runs separate us in Kingsport between the Buffaloes and Rams. Kingsport, Tennessee. 3 runs separate us. The Milligan Buffaloes in control. This is Jared Woodcock dealing now for the Rams of Bluefield. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice. Count 1-1.
Yeah, this will be his 15th appearance of the season. Nielsen will go the first 6.
Got a hold of that. Looking for the Blue Bits down, way out near the wall at 350. This rolls all the way to the chain link as he's into scoring position out at 2. Oh, baby, what a start for the Buffaloes.
That'll be his 2nd hit of the day. That'll be his 14th double of the season. To get another leadoff hitter on for the Buffaloes, and Woodcock is gathered with a leadoff double from Cade Kalahua Wehe. That'll bring up the left fielder Brody Milton. He's popped out a couple times today now, but he'll have an opportunity to extend this lead here for the Buffaloes in the 7th inning.
Got a hold of that. Driven deep left in left field, looking to control it. Sunshine, he got it. 1 away, tagging up, headed to 3rd. Prime scoring position. Ball's loose, he'll stay put. Good luck right there for the Rams. If he had not had to slide in, he'd have been headed home.
Yeah, that was Skylar Saunders who was running for Cade Kalahua Wehe at second base, but Brown did a nice job of tracking that baseball down left field. That ball just kept on traveling deep and deeper in left field, allowed the runner to tag from 2nd to 3rd, which is unusual when the ball hit the left field. That'll bring up Angel Lobo.
Chopper to left, he's coming home. Hello, baby, and welcome back home. Add 1 more to that scoring total, 6-2 for the Milligan Buffaloes.
We've talked about the sport of baseball. Get them on, get them over, get them in. That's exactly what happened. Kalahua Wehe doubles. They got him over on the fly ball to left field, and then a single back up the middle to get him in. The Buffaloes starting to roll offensively. Bring up Landon Lutterman, the DH. Quickly, Josh Nielsen, 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 1 strikeout, 8 flyouts, 8 groundouts.
That's low and just paints the corner of the zone and evens our count.
Yeah, against this Buffaloes offense, you definitely got to work the lower part of the zone. If you get miss middle in or up just a little bit, they'll make you pay.
1-1, flying to right field. This one is headed back towards the wall and stays in play, bouncing off of the chain link. Here come the Buffaloes looking to score another run, sliding into home plate. He's across. It's 7-2, a 5-run advantage for the Buffaloes of Milligan, who are cooking with gasoline in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Well, we talked about if you miss middle in or up in the zone a little bit, they will make you pay, and Landon Lutterman definitely tattooed that baseball to right field, and Lobo did a nice job running from first base, running with intent, wanting to score the entire way. That's the 2nd double, the 3rd hit for the Buffaloes here in the 7th inning. Bring up Tank Hansen, the first baseman for the Buffaloes. He'll be followed by Nick Iese. Woodcock's got 1 out here in the 7th. Kalahua Wehe led off the inning with a double to left. Melton flew out to left field, a single by Lobo and a double by Lutterman. 1-1 count on the Buffaloes' first baseman.
Count rises to 2-1. 1 away, and what a bottom side of the inning so far for Milligan. 2 runs scored already, and another runner in scoring position with just 1 away.
Especially the way Garen's throwing the baseball for the Buffaloes. It's going to be a tall task for him.
Whoop! That one is right out through the gap into center field, just rolling into the edge of the outfield, and we have runners on the corners in Kingsport.
Yeah, Woodcock's coming in the ball game. He's allowed 4 hits and a run so far, and Buffaloes just swinging the bat at a high level, attacking early in the count and capitalizing on mistakes right now. So this is easy. He got hit by the pitch last time. Good to see that Charlie horse has worked out for him.
No kidding.
And he just lost the pitch.
Ball's loose. We've got runners moving, and across the plate, another one on the board for the Buffaloes, as it's now 8-2, a 6-run advantage in Kingsport.
Yeah, that's happened to me before as well. Your hands get sweaty, and especially on a hot day like that, and you got to have a really loose grip on the baseball and just slips out and ends up going to the backstop, leads another run for the Buffaloes. This is their second inning of the ball game with at least 3 runs.
1-0, ball's loose, and the runner at 2 stays put. He wanted to come. He was looking to move down to 3.
So what this does, Gabe, the lead's now up to 6 runs, and Guerin has such a lower pitch count through 7 innings. They'll run him back out for the 8th, I bet. You got a few guys throwing, and nothing intentional. But again, you talk about early in the week of a conference tournament. If you can get as many innings as you can save your bullpen, it gives you an advantage to the latter part of the week.
This one will be a second out if he can control it. Flies way up, and the Rams send him back to the dugout.
So this brings up Gavin Jones. We've talked about this before. Is he going to try Bryce Medlock for a 4th time today? He's flown out to center field 3 times today. Let's see if he tries somebody else. And if he's able to reach, Troy Massengale will hit.
With 2 away, that paints the corner for strike 1.
The Buffalo scored 1 in the first, 4 in the third, and got 3 so far here in the 7th. Their offense is so good. 30-win ball club.
The righty's 1 for 2. He ropes this foul to the left side for strike 2. Sid Christ is tuned in, the legendary chair user at the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. I was told he has cost them hundreds of dollars in chairs over the last 5 years coaching for Pikeville.
Sid Chris, man, he is
Bang! Center field. Can he get under it in time as it flies into the outfield? He does. Great play in the sun. Just able to track that down and retire the side, as it's a big advantage now for the Buffaloes. Headed to the top side of the inning, 8-2.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
We're entering the top side of the inning. Right now it's 8-2, a 6-run advantage for the Milligan Buffaloes. Gary, they have been absolutely fantastic. On the other side of town, deadlocked to run apiece in the bottom of the second between the Koalas and the Bears. How about the pitching staff in this game?
Oh, Guerin's done such a good job. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Struck out 4, walked 1, got 4 flyouts, 12 ground outs. He's only thrown 84 pitches, 57 strikes as well. We talk about the pitching staff. Garen's doing a good job offensively, too. The Buffaloes are taking advantage of their opportunities. So we've talked about capitalize and minimize, and the team from just up the road is doing a good job, the Milligan Buffaloes.
1-1. Really tight high outside the zone for his second ball.
They got a couple guys up throwing for Milligan. They like to see Garen get through his 8th inning. Again, early in the week in a conference tournament, if you're starting to give you 8 innings, you only have to use 1 inning of relief. Gives you an advantage.
2-1. Got a hold of that. Controlled. Sent to 1. He misfires. Couldn't control it. Making his way down the base path to 2, and he's on safely.
Yeah, Bryce Medlock was able to hustle him down the line. Gavin Jones, he was actually talking to Tank Hansen. He says, my bat on the throw, he kind of cut the baseball, basically threw a curveball across the diamond. I'll bring up Aiden Brown. He's bounced out a couple of times. Last time was back in the 5th. He bounced out to Baird at shortstop.
Got a hold of that. Fouls off.
So the Rams, with the runners on, they've had 5 at-bats. They've got 1 hit so far. Runners in scoring position, they're 1 for 2. That makes the second time their leadoff hitter has reached base.
Got a hold of that. Controlled. Sent to 2 in time. What a play by the Buffaloes.
Just talk about that. That's things they've worked on. Because immediately Baird was already moving to second base. Hansen made a nice play at first base. Caught the line drive. Nice, solid throw to Baird at shortstop for the DP. It brings up Vega.
That's a bit wide for a ball with 2 away now after the double is turned by the Buffaloes. And the Buffaloes are racing towards an exhilarating finish in this.
You know, Vega led off this ball game with a single to left field and scored on a controversial call in the first inning. Garen's done a nice job of controlling the leadoff hitter for the Buffaloes.
Floated to the right, just along the fence. He got it. The diving grab for the Buffaloes to flip us to the bottom side of the inning. A 6-run advantage, Milligan University in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Kingsport is more than just a stop, it's a destination. From family fun at Bays Mountain Park to championship golf, arts, and local events, there's something here for everyone. Ready to experience Southern hospitality at its finest? Plan your visit today and see why Kingsport is the perfect place to relax, explore, and make unforgettable memories. Visit kingsport.com. Your adventure starts here.
Stay connected with the Appalachian Athletic Conference and the Southeast Sports Network all season long. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X for the latest scores, highlights, and exclusive content. Don't miss a moment. Visit their websites and get connected today.
We're back in Kingsport, Tennessee, where it's 8-2. The Milligan Buffaloes have created a large 6-run lead as we're down the backstretch in the bottom of this 8th inning. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice here with me. Gary, What can the Rams do at this point? What do they need to do to spark a comeback? And is it even possible? Obviously, anything in sports is within the realm of possibility, but that would be a pretty commanding comeback.
Yeah, that's what happens here. First of all, you got to do in the bottom half of the 8th inning, you got to minimize them. They have the third hurdle today. Nick Duncan will take over on the bump. For the Rams, you got to hold them to a 0 and go to the top of the 9th. And, 6 runs is a lot of runs, but got to keep in mind if you a walk, a bloop, and a blast, a home run, that's 3 runs. You do that a couple of times, that could be 6. But the first order of business is hold them to a 0 here. Give yourself a fighting shot into the 9th. And Nick Duncan, this will be his 16th appearance of the season. He got a 6.56 ERA, 2-5, 35 2/3 innings for the right-hander, 57 hits, 28 strikeouts, 13 walks. Opponents hitting .352 off the right-hander. Got 9-1-2 up due for the Buffaloes here in their half of the 8th.
Gary, you said Jason Brooks is tuned in from California?
He's a Canada guy, Western Canada.
Canada. CA, it's close.
CA.
Fouled off. He'll stay alive at the plate to get us started with a strike.
Yeah, Jason calls himself a West Coaster, so I guess that's close enough to California, right?
It's close. We'll take it. David Finney tuned in as well from Adairsville, Georgia, the sports information director at Reinhardt University. David, thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well. This one is floated out center field, and the Rams collect this as Milligan flies out to start the bottom of the 8th.
Tell you what, Bryce Medlock is quietly playing a heck of a game out in center field. He's made some routine catches like that one, but he's also went over his shoulder, made a lot of good grabs too. Definitely. You have a vacuum cleaner like Bryce Medlock in center field. That cleans up a lot of potential jams for your pitchers.
This one fouled off and nearly kills us.
Yeah, Braxton Baird hitting now. Again, one of the best hitters in the entire conference. Slick fielding shortstop, swings the stick very well. 2 for 4, scored a couple of runs today. Looking ahead to the Buffaloes half of the 9th, it'll be 2, 3, 4. So they have the top part of the lineup up. So if they can hold them to a 0 here and give themselves a shot.
The delivery, a 1-1. Choppered foul, strike 2.
Josh Nilsson got the start for the Rams, and they threw the baseball really well for the Buffalo Rams through the first 6, and then you had Jared Woodcock through an inning, and now Nick Duncan.
Baird floats this to the left, and it could be sending him back to the dugout quickly. Ball is down, rattling down the line, and he's in scoring position at 2.
Yeah, he had Vega and Brown almost colliding out left field. Vega going a long distance from his shortstop position, and Aiden Brown was trying to break down from hitting from his colliding with Vega from the shortstop, and it kind of, as in a volleyball term, kind of a husband-wife situation. Both those guys looking at the baseball, and it drops to the ground.
Man, you're coming through with the bangers today. Uncle Charlie. That's an Uncle Charlie. We got a vacuum in midfield. We got a husband and wife situation.
Kalahua Vehe will hit for the Buffaloes.
One away.
2 for 4 on the afternoon. Had a double in his last at bat in the 7th.
Kalahua Vehe. 0-1.
Such a talented player.
That skeeters through the turf and evens our count at 1 with 1 away.
When you have Braxton Baird followed by Kalahua Vehe, that's such that top part of the lineup for the Milligan Buffaloes puts so much pressure on you, on your defense.
Spent a lot of time around banana ball this year. We've talked a little bit about the speed of baseball. I'll tell you, I better knock on the – we got a wooden floor under us. I'm going to knock on the wood floor. Rick Bentley just heard that when he was telling somebody the story of the flood of 77 downstairs. Gary, now that I've knocked on wood, I'm going to say that out loud again. I'm going to bring this up. We've really whipped through our first 2 games of this tournament. This one's going very quickly as well. What are your thoughts on the speed of baseball? Somebody who's a collegiate baseball Hall of Famer, lifelong fan and student of the game, and obviously as knowledgeable as it gets. Do you think the speed is a growing concern for the game? Obviously, the MLB and the pitch clock has really helped shorten games.
Yeah, definitely. I think, people, especially in today's society, the game of baseball was totally different back in the 20s and 30s and the 40s. When people used to go to the baseball games, they wear suit and ties and top hats, and it was definitely a social event going to a baseball game, America's pastime. But now just the length of games in baseball, they had to do something to speed it up. And I think with the pitch clock and also just even the batter having a hit clock on limited timeouts, I think it's good for baseball.
The payoff pitch. Big swing, and he'll go down, punched out, and sent back to the dugout by the Rams. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Bring up Brody Melton, the left fielder. 1 for 4, scored a run, and also drove in 1. Kind of finished my thought there, too. It's also good for the players, too. You start thinking about your defense out there and a little bit different pace. You stay more in tune with the ball game. And definitely we've been very blessed this year, these first 2 ball games. Pitchers throwing strikes, good fielding both ways.
This one is smacked to right. He slides into it and controls it on the edge of the infield, but it's not in time over at 1, so safe on the base path is Melton.
Truly, that's off the end of the bat. That baseball had a side spin on it, and he got to green walt, and he thought he had it squared up, the belly button in front of it, and that thing just cut to the right on the last minute. He dove, tried to keep that baseball in the infield. Nice play because it kept buried at third. But now you have first and third and 2 outs.
Runners on the corners for the Buffaloes of Milligan, who lead by 6 in the bottom of the 8th. 2 away for the Rams, who are trying to flip the side, put themselves in position to potentially strike back.
Yeah, Lobo 2 for 4, scored a couple runs, drove in 2 as well. The center fielders had a heck of a day.
Delivery, a banger popped up right near the backstop. This one's going to sail foul. Look out up in row D.
This is a big-time pitch upcoming. That last play is going to be ruled an infield single by the man, the myth, the legend, Rick Bentley.
Oh, 1. Popped up again. Pitcher's tracking it down along the edge of the field, and that retires the side and sends us to our 9th inning in a 6-run ball game in Kingsport, Tennessee. Don't touch the dial. We'll be back. In Kingsport, Tennessee, it's a doubleheader all day long, and we've got 2 tournaments going at a time. On the other side of town, we've got softball action you can watch. Here's a look into the crowd. We got some guys hanging out, having fun, and we're having fun as well in a 6-run game as we enter the 9th inning between the Buffaloes and the Rams. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice.
Austin Maxey, the new pitcher on the mound for the Buffaloes, 2.78 ERA, 4-1. His 18th appearance. He's got a game started. Got 4 saves. Opponents hit an impressive 177 against the right-hander. Guerin had a heck of a game. Went 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Struck out 4, walked 1, 6 flyouts, 12 groundouts, 94 pitches.
So the Rams need the most productive inning of the tournament so far, and one of their most productive half innings of their season to come back in this first game of their appearance in the 2025 AAC baseball tournament.
Yeah, I had coaches tell me we got to do it one at a time. You can't hit a 6-run home run. You got to get people on base. It starts with good at-bats. So you got to go up there with the approach. You don't put any additional pressure on yourself as far as a hitter is concerned.
Winds and delivers. This one is roped and controlled. Just rolling into center field, so he's on the bag at 1. Nice strike of the ball.
Yeah, nice job is keeping the hands through inside the baseball, the barrel of the bat, and squared it up. This starts off the 9th inning for the Rams. They'll bring up Dylan Cutler, the third baseman. That'll be the 3rd time today the Rams got their leadoff hitter on.
He gets a hold of it as well as this one rolls through the infield. Bang, bang, 2 away. The Buffaloes are storming through the 9th inning.
There's a reason why the 6-4-3 is called the pitcher's best friend. 1 pitch, 2 outs, pitch efficiency. Austin Maxey gave up the single up the middle. What's he do? He comes back, hey, avoid the barrel, get to the ground ball to your shortstop. That's what a double play can do to you. You know, the Rams had a little bit of momentum, had the leadoff single, and then the double play, basically all the wind comes out of the sails.
Ahead in the count quickly, a pair of balls. Seal is 0 for 2, the righty, looking to keep his program in the winner's side of the bracket. 2-0, popped up. Buffaloes can taste the victory in their hometown, Kingsport, Tennessee, and they move on in the winner's bracket of the tournament. 8-2 the final score in their first outing. A very nice victory here, Gary, and some brief thoughts on the performance we saw from these two today.
Yeah, good pitching from the Buffaloes, timely hitting as well. I thought Josh Nielsen threw the baseball extremely well for the Rams. That this Buffalo offense is extremely talented. They're going to be a tough out in the AAC baseball tournament.
I agree. They're always so good. Another great season for them in the regular season. Leaks into the 2025 AAC baseball tournament. For Gary Justice, our entire crew on the Southeast Sports Network, all of the Buffaloes, all of the Rams and fans, I'm Gabriel Schrei. 8-2 your final score in Kingsport in our second game of day 1. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live, and our copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the Apper platform where you viewed it and available for replay. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shrine Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shrine Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.